warming up. So it is almost 22, 2, which is pretty late. And honestly, uh, I'm just very happy today for a lot of good things. One, few of our light switches plugs got fixed today. They're working on it the whole morning, so I didn't not leave my room. And plus, they kept putting the switch on and off time to time, so I couldn't have live streamed earlier today. But obviously, at least we got something fixed. The main point of this video is the oven. Now, if you're an early subscriber of mine years ago, you would know that I made a poem about eating jam biscuits. This was years ago, and even before that, the oven was broken. It was like completely can't turn on. And finally, it's fixed. Finally, just finally. I'm so excited to bake stuff. Um, and I never thought it'll happen. I thought you had to get a very small oven for the time being, but no, no. So, anyways, I'm happy at least you have something. I could finally bake stuff. What am I gonna bake? I don't really plan on getting a lot of random ingredients. I plan on getting a cake mix instead. The last thing I did actually bake was muffin mix, chocolate muffin mix, and that was the last thing I baked. That was back early 20, I think around May or April. I baked that, 2018, years ago, years ago. I was like turning 16 during that time. It was insane. Oh, sorry. If you hear any squeaky sounds, it's my chair. Just pointing it out because I just want to point it out, okay? Anyways, yes, I am excited. I plan baking some cake. Uh, I have to get a cake mix. I know some of you may be thinking, but it's better to bake the cake with the separate ingredients thing. I just want the cake mix, okay? I just want the cake mix. I mean, to be honest, what is the cake mix? Cake, chocolate, whatever is in there, to be honest. I hope I get to just have something really good. Hopefully the cake mix comes with some icing, because I want to make some icing with cake. Well, icing on cake. Anything else? Cookies, biscuits, and stuff like that. Even pastries, even pies. You can actually bake curry pies now. We can actually do something. We can actually do some good things. Ah, the good old days with baking. So I am interested to see how we're gonna bake, when we're gonna bake, but I'd rather have a cake, let's be real. A New Year's cake should be a thing. A tradition to bake a cake around New Year's Eve. I really wanted to buy a cake for New Year's Eve, but no. Anyways, it's best to bake. But for my birthday, I'd rather buy. Because I know for a fact, store-bought cake cannot be beaten. I know that's not a debatable thing, okay? That's not debatable, so don't start debating. It is not debatable, okay? Okay. So now what to do? That was the main point of the video. I got the point out. I should write another poem. Years ago, I wrote a poem for my hunger of jam biscuits. Now I'm gonna write a poem about chocolate cake. What can I say? I mean, what rhymes with cake? Bake. This pen keeps popping up. Oh my gosh. This is what happens when you play with your pen. Everything breaks, okay? Uh, bake. Cake. Uh, take. Flake. Rake. Sake. Take, bake. Jake. No, that's a name. Not really a word. Okay, so anyways, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. But I just had a curry. Chicken curry. Why is it every time I just sit back, it makes that sound? Can it stop squeaking? It sounds very embarrassing. Uh, so yeah, I've been writing. Excuse me. I just ate something, so obviously it's gonna hurt a bit, Sylvia. But anyways, I should write a poem for this oven. Anyways, I'm very excited to talk about something else as well. Years ago, I was talking about a visual novel, And you know something? I don't think I'll get the visual novel done in a snap. But as the years went by, I kept adding more and more things, you know? The original visual novel, which add around, like, I would say 10% of the work. Let's say 10% of work that was completed for the visual novel. And honestly, as you can see, a little 10%, you can't even see it. But what I'm trying to do is extend the story a bit more forward and backwards. So basically, you get more of a proper introduction to the main character, more villains and whatnot. I'm deciding to make I can make a comic out of it, but then again, the problem with that is it's gonna take a long time to draw. I should at least challenge myself to draw something. But at the same time, I think a novel will be much better. Don't you think so? Don't you think a novel will be much better? Tell me in the comments below. Do you think a novel will be better to work on something or a comic? Because this original idea is supposed to be a visual novel, and it's, well, in other words, an interactive story. But then it requires a lot of coding. I don't have the best equipment to make such thing, you know? It's not about the drawing skills. I can try to get there, but the problem is that I need to, well, drawing you need to take some time, yes, but I need to at least have something to program everything together. And programming something with a very, I would say, small device, it's good, but it's not the best. It needs more space, and I don't know how long it'll last. I have to make ends meet with this quickly as possible. I have to work whatever I can on with this. Work, books or whatever. So I'd rather make a novel of it instead. But tell me your thoughts. Would you like a comic book? I think a comic book would be very interesting. I'm sure many of you will like that. But then there's so much of talking. That's the thing about this. That's the thing about this. It's supposed to be a lot of conversations, so much of stuff. Also fighting as well. But I don't know how descriptive I'm going to be with the fight scenes because in the visual novel you could already see the fight scenes. But putting it in a novel, it's going to be a problem. You know, you have to describe the fight scenes very descriptively so you know what's going on. Even the characters itself, you have to describe them because if you don't describe them, you won't really know what's going on. I understand for some background characters, you don't really have to describe them so much. You can just gloss over that time to time, but sometimes you have to describe them, you know? And I have like a few paragraphs. Let me read a few paragraphs for you. Let me read a few paragraphs. So bear in mind I have extended stuff. Oh great. I have extended stuff. Okay, I can't really pull this out, so you gotta get stuck over here. Okay, bear in mind I can't really speak on everything, but I'm just gonna read the first paragraph. Okay, should I write a first? Should I read? I don't know if I should. That's the thing. I can still have a comic that has the same introduction to the story, but I still don't know how long it's going to take for me to draw every single panel. But maybe I should. Tell me what you think below. Now I'm thinking of it. Should I go with a comic? Should I go with a novel? I mean, both sound like a very fun thing. Novels, it's much more faster, but at the same time, how do I convert them to PDF? I have to import them somewhere over here. It's gonna take a mess. Maybe comics. Maybe comics. I guess. I don't know. Oh, I don't even know what to do now anymore. For a second, I thought it would be great, but a comic. I think a comic will be good, but obviously, it'll take a lot of pages, so much of drawings. You will need a lot of drawings. I think I can try making a comic instead. I just realized I cannot convert it to PDF. I don't have any PDF file to convert it to. Hold on. Let me search. Uh, PDF. Nothing at all. Nothing on my device that can turn something into a PDF file. Sad, but I guess I have to go with comics instead. Because comics, it's easy to import the drawings and whatnots and paste them about everywhere you want to, you know? The only issue with that is I need to draw it properly. That's the thing. Uh, great. 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 This is gonna be a big problem. You know why it's gonna be a great problem? Because I'm sorry if you hear anything in the background. You know why it's going to be a great problem? I have one drawing of the main character. It's supposed to be a skeleton drawing. Uh, I have it on my other tablet, the big white one. The issue with that is I can't turn it on. I just can't. The battery works, sometimes, but it just can't be turned on because the power button is completely broken. I have to buy a replacement of that, and that's going to be a problem, you know, because obviously it costs so little, but at the same time, it's going to be hard to find it if I don't get it now, you know. So let's just see what happens. You know, I need to get that drawings. The reason why I'm very into getting that is because I have a lot of stuff on that device that needs to be looked at. You know, drawings, 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 and drawings. A lot of drawings, a lot of character drawings, concepts. You know, I never back the files up, so obviously everything is there. I cannot lose that file. I cannot. It's going to be impossible for me to lose such a thing like that. Okay, so I have to be very careful what I do next. You know, but hopefully, yeah, I'll find something and buy it, repair it, get it working, and then I can start. But I need to get something done, you know. I can't work with a novel. I can't import. Maybe there's a way for me to import the notebook, but no, I don't think there is such a thing. I don't think there's such a thing as that. So I guess I'm stuck with making a comic. So, anyways, how am I going to make a comic then? What panels, you know? It's supposed to be a visual novel. It's supposed to be a visual novel. And once again, I think these ideas are golden. And I can't waste any more time with this stuff, you know? I have to start drawing something and get something done to earn some quick bucks, you know? I feel like the panels should at least be very straightforward and not something not something that's like circle in the middle, two, two, and then two in the bottom. I don't think I should do that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that I don't want to make this super duper confusing for me as well. I want to rush with this. And so what I was talking about was make it very basic. Uh, very basic. Basically, this. Okay, okay. Just imagine. I think this is just a description, an example of the description of what could actually come in. Now you can see it a bit better. See, as you can see, it's a very simple panel, square, square, and rectangles and whatnot. I think this is something I should do instead because it's not going to be so confusing. You will enjoy it. You'll enjoy reading it, and simple as that, you know. So I don't really see an issue with this. This is very simple stuff, rectangles and squares. I'm not going to go with circles too much. If I will put a circle, it's fine. I'm just saying that I don't want to make it so confusing, you know, because I have no time to work on stuff like this, you know, because this wasn't supposed to be a comic book. It was supposed to be a novel, but before that, it's supposed to be a visual novel. Do you understand the difference? It's supposed to be something different. And now with the visual novel, even though I'm saving time coding, I still need to put all that effort into different backgrounds and whatnot, whereas a visual novel would have saved me time with that. Because if you don't know how visual novels work, basically, hold on, I need to show an example, you know? Okay, take this remote, for instance, this remote right over here. So all you need for a visual novel is a picture of this remote and a dialogue in the bottom, and maybe a few angles if it changes expression or changes whatever. You know what I'm talking about? Let's just say this is a character. This is its front view, this is its angry view, and this is its happy view. I know, I wish I had something to show y'all. But anyways, you know, it'll have text in the bottom, and the background will remain a certain way. Uh, Not forever. It'll always change if the background, if the story needs so. But honestly, it'll be much more easier to change a character's just faces. You know, just easily change it. Just change if they're angry. You can just put the angry picture on and put the dialogue in it. Pretty simple. You know, it's like you don't really need to do so much of work, but the only work, the main meat of the work is coding, and that's the thing. Now, even though I'm saving my ass with coding, I am still needing to do a lot of the drawings. Now, the drawings will be at different angles time to time. Obviously, it will be a bit of a problem, but I still have to find a way to get my drawings done. Once again, it's going to be a simple panel like this, very simple, squares and rectangles. I'm not going to waste too much time trying to make it look all dazzling and all that type of stuff. I don't like the type of stuff to do, you know, for this type of stuff. This is supposed to be done a long time ago. I don't know why I'm waiting on this. Now, the first comic book, the first series will be called, well, the subheading is Ghost with Black Trees. Ghost with Black Trees. Now, Ghost with Black Trees, it could be a few comic books, like maybe like the first comic book might be like 80 or 90 pages, but then after that might be like 200 or whatnot. The comic books will be a bit long, but it follows up every one. So after this Ghost with Black Trees, there'll be another one, and then another series, and another one. But all of them connect together. You are looking forward to my comics. But once again, I am going to be using a very simple format. I'm going to save time with that. That's going to be my time saver. I'm also going to be saving time by. Okay, when it comes to the background, you might see it repeated time to time in the back. Not too much times, but I just have to, recital certain parts, Obviously, it makes sense. If a character, let's just say, and 10 comic books later, another character crosses that same bridge, I can still use that same background, maybe alter the lighting, and that's it, I saved time. I did what I want to do. Simple as that. So time saving needs to be a thing. And speaking of backgrounds, it's not going to be super duper detailed. I'm pointing this out because once again, the details wasn't supposed to be super duper. It was a visual novel to begin with. Uh, so obviously, uh, time to time, you won't get to see it like super duper realistic. Plus, I can't really do so realistic stuff. I can try to, but it won't work. The backgrounds itself, I obviously have to draw them on a separate thing, and I have to at least, like, when it comes to drawing the comics, what I'm gonna do is obviously, I'm gonna basically uh, draw them on paper. It's gonna take a long time, to be honest. Draw them on paper. I don't know. I feel like I'll save more time if I draw the background with the character itself. But I don't know if that's a good thing because I know it's a very terrible thing. A lot of mistakes can happen. So, yeah. Okay. How about this? When I'm drawing okay, every time I draw something in every panel, I'll draw the backgrounds very light. And then once I already draw the character, the foot inside it, then I can just darken up the stuff and that's it. Then I'm gonna scan it, put it together, edit it on my mini tablets, and sell it. Okay. Now the comics will be $7. $7 it is. Okay. So I hope some of y'all are interested. Okay, because Mama's gotta make some money. Okay. So $7, I don't think that's too expensive. I think that's pretty cheap compared to the other books I was gonna make and prices for that. But $7, hey, I think that's the perfect price. Because it's gonna be a long series as well. You can expect a lot, you know. Simple as that. This is one of my star series, not the biggest star series, but one of my major ones because it has connections to other stuff, and I'm sure many of you will like it. So much of lore, so much of interesting concepts. All of y'all will really like it. So, anyways, let's go. Now, when it comes to the text bubbles, ooh, that's gonna be very interesting. I don't know if I should edit it. I should edit it. I don't know if I should edit it with um, with the laptop. I don't have a laptop. I have a notebook, but I don't know if I should edit it like that or I should actually just write with my own hands. And the problem with this is that, okay, let me write my name down. Now this is how I write very fast. You can't even see it. It's scribbling. If I take my time, without cursive, I can write something properly. It might be a bit big, sometimes might be a bit small, but I'm totally fine with that, okay? Can't even write my name properly. Let's write with a pencil, much more darker, so you can see it from far. Very slowly. Now this is the problem I have to do now. Can you see my name? It's a bit darker. The problem is I'm so used to writing big and small in the same word. I have to change that because when characters, when the text has big and small words in it, big and small letters, it kind of seems like their voice is squeaking or something like that. Okay, now when brackets are involved in my comics, it means that they are thinking. Like when these brackets, there's words in between, it means they're thinking. This is commonly used around the world for many type of writing stuff. So, yeah, totally normal thing. So if it's written in brackets, it's going to be thinking. Anything else? I'm not going to put too much words, okay? I feel like I have to shorten up the words now. I'm not going to make it too long or whatever. And time to time, you won't even see words. in certain panels. You might see different backgrounds. You might even get just to see the character walking and just punching another character. Simple like that, you know? Coloring is going to be a problem, and that's the thing. Uh, I don't know what to do. I don't really have the best to color, but I feel like I should at least do something. I don't know. What should I do for coloring? Great. I guess I have to use digital stuff now, like, at the end of the day. I can't escape from digital stuff, so I guess I have to use digital stuff no matter to make this book. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. It'll be very easy. Uh, Hopefully I can find a way to just convert this to a PDF file, you know? Or maybe a picture. If I can convert this to a picture, it'll be so much better. Because I just want to write stuff and get it over with, but I don't know. I think a comic book will be much better, don't you think? Because you get to see the visuals, you get to see the character. Because I have my own visuals of how the characters will look like, besides the description, which was obviously left to the. Obviously, it's, you give all the descriptive words in the world. Doesn't really matter. I mean, it's up to the person who's reading and how they visualize it, you know? So I feel like the comics you get to see the characters a bit more proper, how I actually wanted them to look. You get to see them just like that. And yeah, coloring is gonna be a big problem. I feel like that's the easiest part with writing a novel. You can skip all that nonsense and just go straight for the kill. Uh-oh. So anyways, okay, now what can we talk about? I don't know. I don't know. So I was just getting very passionate about this, because I'm very passionate about this. I know many of you, if you watch this, might not understand what I'm saying. You might not understand what I'm saying at all. Maybe because I'm speaking too fast, or maybe uh, I should have explained things a bit more better in detail, maybe. But anyways, I think what I said was somewhat detailed, so hope y'all understood that. Now, the novel itself, okay, I'm not going to read a paragraph. I feel like it's wrong for me to read a paragraph now. Okay, now where should I draw this comic? I think I should draw it on paper. Don't you think? I should draw it on paper? Because then again, I can easily find a way to, I don't know, do something. I have no idea what I'm saying, Coloring is going to be a problem. What do you think about coloring? Do you think I should paint it myself? That's the thing. I don't have the proper paints, And even if I had some paint, it won't be enough to paint everything. I have to paint it digitally. So basically, I have to start from scratch again. Holy moly! I have to literally start from the paper, draw it, trace it in the notebook, and then color it. It's gonna be such a waste, to be honest. So much work. I'm more for cutting down the work, to be honest. But at the same time, it's like if I don't have the proper paints, then what's the point? You know? But plus it's a bit cheaper, to be honest. But labor is going to be very expensive. So you know what? I'd rather have it this way, to be honest. But at the same time, too much work. I need to make a quick buck. But hey, what are you gonna do? Hopefully, I at least get some money this year from. I know I said I don't want to be a leech. I know I said I don't want to be a leech. I said this in my previous videos and whatnot and stuff like that. I've mentioned, and I think I did, or I did not post that video. But I don't want to be a leech forever. I want to make my own thing. But I need to stop being lazy, I guess. Maybe if I at least do the process, I won't think it's a bad thing. But anyways, I hope at least I get some, just a little bit this year for Christmas, because I need to buy that. I've been mentioning this for so long. I have not played this. I have not. I didn't. I know Sunbreak is coming out next year, July. I have plenty of time to make a lot of money back then. Not back then. Next time. But now, I think, I should put all that work right now. Work hard as I can. Don't care about Christmas until Christmas Day. Then I can care about Christmas. But other than that, I'm only going to be focusing on working. So Christmas and New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, and okay, Christmas and New Year's Eve, the only two months days where I'm not going to be working. The rest of the time, I will be working. I want to get this done. I need to get something. I need to buy Sunbreak, and it'll be a while for Sunbreak to have pre-orders and whatnot, so I don't have to worry about that. But that's the problem. That's the big problem. I need to pre-order it. I need some extra money, so I can't rely on everyone forever. I can't. But this time could be the last. And I said that last year too. This is the last. Is it the last? I can't be so certain these days, and that's the problem. But what I can be certain for is if I do the process and work for myself, at least I know I've been working hard and I tried. Simple as that. I hope everyone enjoys my comics. Now, I will tell you when the comics are out, I will promote it. Uh, Maybe I have to redesign the character, the main character, from what I can remember. All I remember is she wore short shorts, curly hair, much curlier than mine. She had like pink curly hair. Uh, yeah, and that's basically it. I can't remember what clothing she was wearing. Maybe I have to work on that. Anyways, I think the comics will be kind of fun to work on. And once again, it's a series thing. So at least, if you are getting into it, please understand there's a lot more to come with this. It's not just like a very small story. I've been working on this since late 2019 or mid 2019. If not even before that, I've been working on this since May 2019. I've been working on this since the time I started posting videos, or close to the time I started posting videos on this channel. So please understand that at least I'm trying something, okay? I want this to be a good masterpiece, and I want people to enjoy it. So at least give it a chance. If you read the first issue and you don't like it, trust me, the second issue will be better, and so on. I am adding more things to this. I added more things to it because, uh, hear me out. You see something? When I was writing the first draft for the story, I was focused only on having a good hero and not really making the personalities stand out, not really making her feel like a hero to fight for, to stand for. And that's the thing. Uh, to this specific character, so you can understand her from growing up, from tough times to getting to the top. Hope that works. At least I hope this year at least I get something. I did see a Nintendo Switch Lite, something. I don't want to leech on them. I don't like leeching. I really don't. But I have nothing right now. I have nothing, you know? So I should at least hopefully get some money, and I want to buy it. I saw one for like 4K, around like $200 or $300. I saw one. So yeah, I could buy it on Amazon, but the problem with that, let me explain. The problem with that is, oh my gosh, where do I begin? I don't know how. I never bought anything from Amazon before, and that could be a problem. You know, that could be a freaking problem. When you don't buy from someplace before, you have no idea what it's gonna be like. You have no idea how the shipping is gonna be or anything like that. So I'm not gonna take that chance. I'm not. Never comb my hair at all, so that's why it's a bit hard. Yeah, that's what happens if you don't comb your hair. You guys very hard. That's what she said. Okay, but seriously though, I really with these comics, and next year never stop. Never stop no matter what. Okay? I'm not gonna let people stop me, push me down or whatever. I don't want that. Stay away from trouble, work on my own stuff, and just live happy. Not focus on politics 24/7. This morning I saw something that did irritate me. It was someone not really understanding the Let's Go Brandon meme, and it was like, oh my gosh, these people are so cringe. But of course, I'm not gonna make an entire live stream about this. So even though I mentioned it, it's not about that, to be honest. Anyways, what's going on with J.K. Rowling? To be honest, once again, I did say I disagree with her on many things. I disagree with her on many issues, from well, most of her stances really. But at least I will at least understand her. That sentence did not make sense. At least I would understand her from where she's coming from with this specific situation. I don't think she's a transphobe. I don't think she's a is stoicism. The fact that people try and make it about that is kind of sad, you know? Don't you think so? It's very sad. J.K. Rowling, even though I disagree with a lot of things, I still think she is very, very, uh, very much entitled to say whatever she wants to say. You know, she's not hurting anyone with these words, is she? And if she does, then how weak are people? How weak are people? You know, Dave Chappelle. I'm not a big fan of him either, but he did mention something about about the baby, the baby. You know, let's go, the baby. Okay, the baby basically he killed someone. Okay, not even a peep about what happened, what he did. But he said something about the alphabet stuff. Bruh, bruh, bruh. Oh my gosh. People freaked out. So it's like this. So you say something that's totally fine. That's, well, okay, if you say something that's totally fine to others, but now for some reason it's not, you know? Like, if you said this like 10 years ago, people would have laughed off, or that's it. You wouldn't see get that much of an outrage, to be honest. You know, so if I had said that, well, I don't know. I don't know what he said, to be honest. I think he said something about, East fans don't have AIDS or whatever. I don't know. I can't remember the exact word, but he said something like that. Maybe I'm wrong on this, but honestly, if he said something like that, that's not even insulting. Attack him. Attack him. Yeah. He says a lot of mean things about him, but here's the thing I don't understand. He killed someone. There's no uproar about that, you know? There's no uproar about that. Remember the Mayans who shut up school? Remember that? Many of you may not remember this, but there were two trannies who shut up a school. Okay? Two of them shut up a school. This was back in 2019. Where was the outrage? You know where the outrage was? Say their pronouns properly. That was the outrage. That was literally the outrage, and that's the freaking problem. They were more focused on the pronouns than uh, what they actually did, which was they killed a bunch of people, a bunch of kids, by the way, not just people, kids, innocent kids, in school, killed. They killed people basically. How many was it? Like two or three? I think they injured a few. I don't know the full story. This was like 2 years ago. 2 years ago, and even till this day, people are still saying respect their pronouns. What do you mean respect their pronouns? You are still talking about this killer. Anytime a killer from different race or something like that says, okay, I'm speaking too fast. Sorry. Anytime you get a killer from a certain race, people say, "Oh, this is not part. They're not part of us. Go away." You know, they say stuff like this. But for some reason, when these two killers were on trial, people were saying, "Oh, just respect that pronoun. Just respect them." It's like, what are you talking about? These people kill people. They don't deserve respect. You're telling me that a killer deserves respect? Really? You kill someone? They kill someone. And oh, you gotta say their pronouns. That was the most important part for them, pronouns. As if that mattered more than the lives they took. It was insane that people were more focused on that. And the same people, the same gun control crowd were silent on this, They were silent on this, not even a peep. Like, I've barely heard news about this. Have you noticed this? Like, you barely hear news about this now because guess what? If the news 24/7. But for some reason, if these two kids, trannies, happen to kill a bunch of kids, totally fine. People want to respect their pronouns. What the fuck is going on? Honestly, they care more about their feelings rather than what the sins they did. Really, really, that's insane. Same with what you call it? What you call it? The Whisper incident. Remember the Whisper. Remember that incident? Remember that incident? Remember that incident? They try to make it about themselves. Yes, it's like this person was a literal registered, you know what, but for some reason they still try to make it about themselves, saying, "Oh, this is just allowing hate." Barely any major news network covered it, to be honest. That was the truth. You barely could find news on it, and the people who covered it, most the YouTubers who covered it, many of them gave a very biased take. They were so happy that Pantifa beat up a bunch of protesters because they were saying women need their own private spaces. Imagine harassing women in 2021. I don't like saying in 2021 or in any year, but imagine saying that it's okay to harass women in 2021. Aren't these clowns were the ones saying respect women no matter what? And these clowns didn't go and harass a woman. They harass women, what, hit people with bottles or whatever. They do some crazy things, honestly. They're messed up folk, honestly. And they still believe they're the good guys because they call themselves anti-fascist. Calling yourself calling yourself a hero doesn't mean you're a hero, okay? Identifying yourself as a hero doesn't make you a hero if you're murdering a bunch of people, okay? Okay? I'm just saying, J.K. Rowling has all right to say this. These clowns are always saying women can say whatever we want, but unless the woman that has a different opinion, silenced, silenced. And the other thing, I don't give a crap about Harry Potter. Not my thing. Not gonna even give a crap about it. But there are so much of people out there literally wanting to change J.K. Rowling's name from the book. It's not consumer work, do you? Huh? That is just so insane. It's like leave a work alone then if you don't like it. Leave it. Run away then. How about that? Go read something else because it is so sad that you now want to take it off, take her name off because you can't take the fact that she's different. Hmm? What happened to celebrating differences? Oh wait, that doesn't exist. For the past few years, this was a thing. You know, they always wanted everyone to be the same. You know, the NPC meme literally uh, fits them. You know, like because they all want to look the same, they all want to think the same, they don't want to disagree with one or two issues. They want to earth each other if they have something different. You know, years ago differences were praised upon, but now it's like if you're the same basic person. And fun fact, there's no line. There is no line when it comes to the far left. There's no line. You know, when it comes to the right, there is a big line you can tell which is white supremacy, which is far right, and which is regular conservatism. There's a big line. We can all see that. We don't cross that line. We don't dance around that line. We know where the line is. But for the left, I'm not trying to make this a big political thing. Please understand. I'm just saying, it's mostly these people that have been promoting J.K. Rowling for the past years, and then all of a sudden they don't like her anymore. Chase her away. Really, really. You want to consume her work, and at the same time you think she's problematic, and you still think that her name is making it a problem. Then don't read the book in the first place. That's what I say, because I'm tired of people, trying to change everything. She created this. Get over it. You know. That's the thing people need to say now, because I'm tired of it. She does not deserve this hate she's getting for stating simple things, you know, and it's going to continue. It's going to continue. And it's very sad. It is very sad indeed. It's very sad indeed that this has to happen. Honestly, the world is very crazy, and uh, people still till this day think, J.K. Rowling shouldn't have any say in her own work, in her own creations. She should not have any say. Yes, yes, yes. These people want to rule the world. Tell me again. Tell me again who the bad guys are. The same people that want to erase history. What? Want to segregate people. You know something? You know something? My country just has 27 years away from apartheid. I know it's not that long, but we have progressed quite a bit. And even though we have some race laws or whatever, like putting them first in certain things, you need to understand that we just got out of the segregation stuff. We got out of it. I never grew up with it, but my parents did. You need to understand that we don't want to go back. And when you have those crazies talking about, you know, people must stay in their own places and whatnot, it's freaking insane. The anti-racists are the same ones pushing this nonsense. They're the same ones pushing this narrative that what people must have safe spaces. They changed the term from segregation to safe space because that's what it is. It's the same word as segregation. Why the hell? Why the hell? You can't even see me now, can you? Sorry, like you can't even see me now. It's like completely. My hair completely blends my face in. But what I'm trying to say is that. What I'm trying to say is that. Why is it that just why is it that segregation has become a normal thing? Blacks must have their own space and whites must have their own space and segregation. I'm not going to return to that. I don't want to return to this phase. I don't want to. I don't. And what these SJWs are pushing, it's okay. It's gonna come all over the world. Okay, let's be real for a second. They're gonna be pushing it in every country. It's so messed up, honestly. And people are surprised that they speak like this. I'm not surprised. Okay, I'm not surprised. Years ago I was, but I'm not surprised anymore. These clowns are literally the same people they're fighting against. Sorry if I got so political. I was just so pissed off. I feel a bit calmed down now. So anyways, as I was saying, let's put the light on. Ow. I knocked my knuckle against the wall. Oh, okay. So you can't see me that much. Oh, this is so strange. Okay, so yep, my uh-oh. Almost dropped you. Almost dropped you. Almost dropped you. Don't worry, this isn't the first time I dropped this, okay? I've dropped this plenty of times, if not on the ground. It's just so difficult to move things, okay? Okay. Anyways, as I was saying, I just hope at least I get something. Because I need to at least, my nose is itching, great. At least I hope I get something. At least something from my parents. Because I can't wait any longer, okay? I need to play something, okay? My fingers need fidgeting, okay? I saw this cool Nintendo Switch Lite for such a cheap price that comes with another game. Pretty cool, right? Okay, I have to end this video.